Hello, my name is Lee Marshall. I'm doing a report for you for Cheshire Amazing Stories, and I'm here with Sean Meehan today. He's the chairman of the
Southwest
Thank you,
Hearts
Southwest Hearts
Astronomical
Society.
Society.
Thank you, Sean.
That's all right.
And we're here at the Flaunden
Observatory.
at its high top. Is that
Yeah,
right?
High Top is the name we give to this site.
Yeah.
Flaunden is the village. It's about a quarter of a mile away.
Yeah. And we're quite remote here, aren't we?
We are indeed, yeah. We're very lucky because this site was given to us. We actually own this site. It was given to us by a local farmer. And it's quite a small site, as you can see, but it's unusual for an astronomical society actually to own the property where their observing dome is and our little hut as well.
And tell me a bit about it, because I mean, obviously we've got the dome here,
Yeah.
which we're looking at the moment, and we've got various little bits of equipment around the back,
Sure.
and you've got a wonderful office that I can see over there, that's all been built. And when
That's
was
right.
all this set up? How long's it been going?
Right, the site was acquired in 1968, and by about 1971 we had constructed both the hut and the dome. And during the course of its history we've had some other domes here as well, but this is basically in existence since around that era, so the early 70s. And it's this astronomical society started by a group of local people in Rickmansworth who wanted to explore ways of involving people in astronomy, and also engaging the community in general, more like an outreach to make awareness of what astronomy could offer. So involving sciences as well as just observing.
Fantastic.
So it started very small with about 9-10 members, and it's gradually increased over the years, and by the mid-70s it was probably up to about 40 people. And now in 2014 we're about 130 people on the books, of which over 100 are active members.
Wow. That's incredible. And when were you involved from the beginning? Or
Not
is it
at all.
something-
No,
when did you get
I'm a
involved?
newcomer. I'm only been here about 6 years.
Right.
But what led me to join the society in the first place was I had an interest in astronomy, and when you want to develop your hobby, it's a good place to go and meet with other people, and there's a lot of expertise in this society. People have had a long life of observing and background in astronomy, so it's a great way to learn. And also about choosing equipment, it can be an expensive hobby, so relying on the people in the society that have had experience of buying equipment and make recommendations as to what's suitable for you, because you can't use the same equipment for everybody, because different budgets and so on. So the society is a great way of connecting with people and making the right decisions about your hobby.
Fantastic. Now, we're out here in this wonderful space. It's brilliant, and obviously you've been with them for about 6 years. So, just thinking about it, what's your favourite moment, really, from being here?
Right. Well, certainly from observing here at Flaunden, the skies are much darker here than they are in any of the neighbouring areas. And although there's quite a lot of light pollution from the major towns like Watford and so on, and the M25, here we're pretty much protected with the hedge lines and so on. So we get a good dark sky, particularly overhead. And when you look at distant galaxies, you need to have a pretty dark sky to see them in the first place. So coming here allows you to do that. You can actually see galaxies millions of light years away.
Goodness. So yeah, I mean, I was going to ask you, what's the furthest object you've actually seen from here?
Probably we're looking at something that, with the naked eye, we're probably looking at something at about 10 million light years away.
My goodness, 10 million.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's light that's taken 10 million years to get here.
That's right,
incredible.
yes. So our nearest galaxy is the Andromeda galaxy, which is about 2.5 million light years away.
Yeah.
But it's, literally the distances are astronomical. It's
Yes.
unbelievable. The scale it's very, very difficult to understand the scale of the universe.
Yeah. So, members-wise, it's quite an interesting network. I'm going to speak up because we've got a lovely bit of aerial company coming over. But your membership from here, we have members from Cheshire, but we also have
Yes.
members from elsewhere.
Yeah, that's right. We have particularly around this general area of Watford, Rickmansworth, Chorleywood, Hemel Hempstead, those sort of general areas. But we also have members that come from, South Oxy, west of London, for example. We've got a member from Greenford. And interestingly enough, he does a lot of astrophotography from his house in Greenford, which is a very heavily polluted, light polluted area. And by using special techniques, you can actually take images of very distant objects. And that particular gentleman has photographed objects that are close to 12 billion light years away, and that's very close to the beginning of the universe.
And that's from the surface of the Earth in London.
And Greenford, yeah.
Oh,
so
yes.
here we do a
So
similar.
we've got a bit of a competition going on here. Then.
Yeah, we
We've got
have. Who can see the furthest on a dark night?
Okay. So I mean,
But
obviously,
you can't obviously do that with the naked eye. You have
No.
to use CCD cameras technology to do that.
yeah. Now, looking forwards to this year, obviously there are various events where people can come along.
Sure.
What I really want to get for everybody who's listening to this is how do they come along and how do they get involved?
Right, well the best way to get in contact with us is through our website, and that's swhas.org.uk. That's the Southwest Hearts Astronomical Society website. And on there you'll find information about our timetables, when we've got meetings, and we're having an open day, in fact, on June the 21st. And everybody's welcome to that. We particularly welcome the people from Flaunden who sort of suffer us coming through their village on Saturday nights. But everybody is welcome. It's an open evening. It starts at 7 o'clock in the evening. We'll be providing refreshments, light refreshments and drinks. And we'll do a little bit of solar observing. So if anybody hasn't ever seen the sun, it's a good chance to come and look at it. You can see sunspots and prominences, and depending on the weather.
So you get all the filters and everything, and you
Yeah,
do that so that it's safe to look at the sun.
Absolutely,
and you make it all
yeah.
kind of...
You cannot look at the sun with binoculars or any other instrument. You have to have qualified instruments to do it. It's very dangerous. You can lose your eyesight very, very quickly doing that. Even a few seconds would be enough to damage your eyes.
Absolutely.
So you've got to do it under supervision.
Okay.
But yeah, so hopefully the weather's good. That's the biggest challenge to any astronomer.
And finally, I think just to end on a really positive note, this year coming up, what's the most amazing thing that you're looking forward to?
Wow, that's interesting. We have in the process of replacing our telescope, so when we have our new telescope in place and are able to take the first photographs through that telescope, that will be pretty good. That will likely to happen sort of September, October time frame. And in that period of time, we're really getting everything geared up to achieve that goal. But when you capture an image on a CCD camera, it's amazing what you can see, and after the interview I'll show you some of the pictures we've taken so you can have an idea of what we can look at.
Well, that'll be fantastic.
Okay.
I hope to include those in some of the reporting that we're going to be doing. Sure,
No problem.
thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Okay.